Hello, Star Wars and Unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. And this one, I'm your host, Darth Tuba. And for this episode, I am honored to have a guest, a friend, and former student of mine, but co-Star Wars fan. This is Kara DJ, also known as Sacred Something by Kara, which is the name of her zine. Into a Larger World is another name, the name for that, and there's also the Into the Larger World project on Instagram. Am I right?
Instagram, Into a Larger World project, and it's a brand new podcast.
Right. So, which I'm going to be involved with a little bit too. So that's kind of cool. So we kind of decided to collaborate today, and part of the reason for that is that Kara's never seen the Star Wars collection. So
only on your channel.
Only on the channel. So I'm going to take her through and kind of show her everything right now, and you guys get to see her reaction to this. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So here we go. Okay, now it does say lightsaber required beyond this point, but I'll let that go.
Yeah, I don't have one on me.
I know. It's okay. So.
Oh my gosh, it starts right away.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
What?
Now, I will, in full disclosure, some of these lightsabers are not, the batteries are no longer working.
Not operational.
Some, yeah, like Darth Maul has run out. But, and you know, it's just, batteries are expensive, so
true.
I'm trying to see if, oh, here we go. Nope, they're all kind of going. Sorry. Wow. Let's see if I can get any more of these. Okay, and let's see, does Mace Windu? Oh, there's Mace. That works.
Nice.
Let's see if we get one here. Nope. Like Mace Windu. Of course Mace Windu is. Let's see if we got one here. Yeah, they're all dead. Oh my god.
Oh, there you go.
So we got an Obi-Wan. Wow. So we got some movie posters here. Can I get this one? Whoa. Without knocking one over. And we got the...
Holy moly.
Okay.
Love this.
Yes, I did some crafting and actually made a clock. I tried to do it, you know, episode 1, 2, or sorry. I was gonna I went by release order.
Oh, okay, sure.
You know, but it doesn't quite match up right, but it's, you know, you get the idea. That's my attempt at that. Okay, now most of this is my space, but there's some things that go on here. We have some. These are some of the.
These are sideshow.
Sideshow Hot Toys, and in full disclosure, I never know which is which. I know that this Hot Toys are like really the more expensive, more high end.
Right.
And I don't collect them all. Obviously, that would be crazy, but I do pick up specific ones.
Yeah.
And then you know, we have both the. This is like
that is gorgeous.
I love the crate Luke. I do. And then we got Luke, and this is the Mandalorian Luke.
Right.
That came with the broken up Dark Trooper.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So we got a Vader helmet. Now, the fun thing about the Vader helmet is that they used to make these helmets like master replicas and other places,
yes.
and they were like $900.
Right.
And now you can get the Black Series ones that look almost as good, if not as good from a distance.
That looks
for
really
like
good.
$100. So. And then
I recognize some of this, like that style of Leia that's on the very bottom.
Oh yeah, those are the. I think those are Gentle Giant.
Yes. Yes.
Animated maquettes here.
Wow.
There's Leia in the back. Yeah. Mhm. You know, it's a little hodgepodgey down here. You know,
that's all right.
We have some Black Series figures there.
The curtains too.
Oh well, that was Cindy's idea. Yeah.
Were they bed sheets or?
I think no, they were curtains.
Or just a fabric.
They're just they're curtains.
Oh, curtains, literally.
They're actual curtains. Yeah.
All right.
They're longer. They're supposed to go down, I think, to the floor, but we kind of doctor them up. Cool. But and then, yeah, these are IKEA displays.
They're really good.
They're really good, and they're really inexpensive. So we have.
I recognize that Obi-Wan in the back is one of my favorites.
Yes,
I love that.
Is that the leg? No, I forget what it's called. Legends? Maybe?
It's something like that.
Something with Legends.
I definitely have seen that, and I love it. I saw a guy in London cosplaying as that too.
Oh, that's awesome!
Which was very cool.
That's awesome. We got our the only premium format figure I own is the R2-D2.
They're beautiful.
You know, it's so nice, but there just comes a point where
something's got to give.
You got to pick and choose. You know.
Wow, that's really cool. I love the prototype
I know.
Boba. That's great.
I love that. And then on the bottom there, those are the, Disney came out with some Elite Series figures that were metal. They were all made of metal.
Oh, cool.
I ended up getting rid of most of them because they were really just the Black Series figures.
Okay.
But I kept the droids because
They're
the droids
really cool.
were, first of all, they were metal anyway. It made sense. And second of all, they don't fall over like all the other figures do.
They're easier to store, a little
Yes.
smaller, right?
This is pretty much the Legos.
Legos, okay.
So I've been kind of thinning out the Lego collection, honestly.
That's fair.
Just because there's so much.
There's so much.
And here's some more Elite figures that I kept down here.
Nice.
And then these are all the vintage ones. These are the vintage 12-inch.
Wow.
So along with the 8-ball.
This is...
Oh yeah, that's from Sideshow. That's a nice.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So the dioramas are nice.
And is that the figure case, the Falcon?
Yes, it is.
It is,
Falcon
okay.
figure case.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
take you down over here to this side. My light switch is over here. So.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was collecting a lot of the Star Wars Weekends posters.
I have some friends
love
that
them.
would freak out about that, for sure.
I did end up getting rid of most of them, but I did keep that one just because I just loved it. It was
It's really good.
It's just one of the first ones they did, and I really liked it. So
It's nice this is the year, too.
yes, wow, I miss Star Wars Weekends.
I've heard... I didn't go, but I've heard... I have friends that are, like,
It was like a
crazy
mini
about it.
convention. I mean, it certainly wouldn't compare to Celebration.
Sure,
But it was such a cool thing. We did it. I only did it once, and it was such a cool experience because, they just had all these parades and they had all these special events and of course all this merchandise. Of
course.
So, that was awesome. But so these are just a lot of loose figures over the years.
Yeah, a lot of them are current. Like
these are most of these are either these are all the retro figures that they just released. These are just figures that you like. I liked them. I had them. Sometimes I had them posing in dioramas or something.
Sure.
And I just decided, framing my Charlie Chaplin pose. That was actually a friend of mine who drew that.
Oh, cool.
Who
That's
painted
beautiful.
that. And I just wanted to keep the loose figure. I was so nervous about losing the weapons and the extra stuff,
The capes and
the capes and everything. So I just put them in little clamshells. But every now and then I'll take them out and use them for other stuff. And of course this is more Sideshow.
That's so nice.
Goodness.
This is
I know.
If I ever cosplayed, which I don't think I ever would, maybe someday.
Oh, you should.
That would be like my dream costume. Would be the
Cosplaying is fun. I've done it a couple times. It's a little. It's like. Do you remember when you were trick or treating and you were having a great time, but then by the end of the night you were like, oh my god, I'm so tired.
I want to take this off so bad.
And that was only after like what, an hour, 2 hours. Imagine cosplaying all day. In Celebration.
I have so much admiration for cosplayers.
These are the original vintage. All my vintage from.
Yes.
I threw a few of the retro ones up there that I took out loose.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, and these are. I like the 50th anniversary. These are like repacks, but
okay.
but they redid the carding and stuff. But there's a
I
lot.
recognize that. I have a friend who that was his first Star Wars toy was the
That was my
R2.
first Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, my first one, I guess, technically would be this one.
Oh, okay.
That
sure.
R2 with no extra stuff.
Okay, got it. Wow,
But, yeah,
that's
so.
awesome.
And the greatest, I love the Atari game.
Oh
I
my
lived.
God, what?
I lived in.
You have a cabinet.
Yep. Well, this is like a new one. This is a
It is,
player
okay.
one up or
It's
whatever.
beautiful.
And what I loved about it is this base, because
Yes.
well, first of all the tech
Yeah.
is really just up here. It's really just
Nice.
a little tiny box in the back.
That's cool.
It's not much. But the funny thing was that this place occasionally gets flooded. So you'll notice a lot of things on the ground are either made of plastic or
You got an empty shelf.
we
yeah.
have like little
crates.
and stuff
That's
that
smart.
keep things up because if there's flooding,
Not worth the risk.
I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not sweating up too much about it.
Good.
So
The art on that is beautiful too. Oh, I have a Krennic thing. I just love him so much. I don't know why. Like
I like Krennic.
he's one of my favorite characters.
I loved the uniform. I loved the white, and you only saw it like briefly in the
And then
background.
in the trailer, there was that great shot of it going in the water, and then it wasn't in the movie.
I know.
It was
I
a good
know.
shot.
It was
so-
a great shot. It was good to keep it in there.
Oh, nice.
Then we got more figures here.
Holy cannoli. This
know.
is Lego?
That is the Lego
Oh
Falcon.
my God.
That was a gift. A fan mailed it to me. I was like, and I don't have like huge viewership, so it was definitely something I was.
Shout out to them.
And what happened was what was really funny was that I went and bought it, and then and I brought it home from the mall's Lego store.
Yeah.
And I brought it home, and then the next day I had a box, and I knew exactly what it was because the box. I'm like, you kidding me?
What are the odds?
So I brought the other one back to the Lego store, and they looked at me like and I explained to them, somebody gifted it to me. And they're like, all right, this is the first return we've had.
Yeah, right?
So it's never hasn't been opened. So.
Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, I know. That's the
that's
double,
gorgeous.
the double boba. So much. I mean, as I said, you can see.
Yeah.
And wait till you see later what I'm selling. And,
Right.
What I sold last year. It's just, there's just only so much room.
I understand thinning it down. I get it.
You have
really
to. I
do.
mean, even the
Yeah.
Black Series. Look at this. I mean, this is all Black Series.
Oh my gosh.
Loose Black Series. And
That's why I don't even buy one, because I'm like, it's a slippery slope and I know where I'll go,
I have, I have started in being in a situation where like I allow year to year to happen. I allow it to happen and say, okay, how do I feel about it this year?
Yeah.
Over here we have these are all the 12-inch. I'm sorry, the jumbo versions of the original vintage.
Right.
Which I loved, but except for Darth Maul, I don't know why he's there. He shouldn't be there.
Oh,
why are you there? But then they started coming out with these like prototypes.
Yeah, that's
And-
Ralph McQuarrie.
Yeah, Ralph
concept,
McQuarrie
right?
concept,
Yeah.
right? And back there, there's Tarkin, and I'm like, oh no, we're not doing this. There's Mandalorian. There's another Mandalorian with the
Yeah.
Beskar. I said, this is ridiculous. I can't do this. I can't like.
I love the Hungryto setup though. That's great.
The only one left I'm gonna get of these is they said that if they make them was the Max Rebo band.
Yeah, you got.
If they make the band, I'll get them.
You
That'll
have
be
to
my
do
last
that.
one.
That's awesome.
These are my sabers from Galaxy's Edge.
Oh my gosh, I've only been to Galaxy's Edge West. I went.
Really?
I went during Celebration last
right.
May in Anaheim.
Yeah,
I haven't been to the Florida one.
This
yet.
is mostly Galaxy's Edge
Right,
stuff
I
right up
noticed
here.
that, yeah.
Like just more Disney park stuff mostly. There's a few exceptions. But, yeah,
That's awesome. Wow.
it's okay. We're not even done. The tour continues. Oh, over here is just more figures.
Wait, I see Pepsi cans.
Okay.
I just love that so much.
These are
Empty,
like
right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I never. These are actually from Japan. I think.
What is that?
Yeah.
Episode 1? Because one of those
No,
looks
episode
like,
2.
Yeah.
These are episode 2. I do have the episode 1 ones. I'll have to show. I have to find where they are. Oh,
Is
I know.
that a goofy Cad Bane? Excuse me.
Okay, so
Why does that exist? I've never
look
seen
at all of
that.
these figures. They're all Disney.
I feel like I've only seen like Leia Mini.
No, they came out with look at down
They
here.
went
They have
crazy.
Muppets.
Oh my god.
Now
Perfect.
this is interesting because what happened was Disney was doing this for years, and then they bought Lucasfilm,
So then they could.
and they stopped.
Oh.
They stopped doing it. I mean, you could see Mickey running around as a Jedi. You could see Goofy as Vader. You could see Donald as a stormtrooper.
So maybe it was like a Batu timeline.
They wanted to preserve. I remember reading about it. They're going to preserve the integrity of the characters because when they were just using Lucasfilm's,
like the M&Ms and all
like
that stuff.
it was everywhere. It
Angry
was
Birds.
Yeah, Angry Birds.
I've heard that's like a dark time.
But I saw, and that's why whenever people like, hold on, I gotta go on here. I've said it on this channel many times.
Yes.
When I hear, look, everybody has a right to feel what they want to feel,
Sure.
and resonate or not resonate with whatever Star Wars Disney has put out.
Just be nice to people. That's
There
my
has
rule.
been, there's been what, 5 movies, 4 series, right? One.
Close to that.
Mandalorian, Clone War, or well, if we didn't even talk about Clone Wars, cartoons,
Clone
everything.
Wars, Bad Batch.
Bad Batch. There's been a ton of
Andor,
stuff,
yeah.
a ton of material, and a ton more on the way.
Yeah.
But whenever I hear people saying like, "Oh, Disney destroyed Star Wars," I just kind of sit there and to myself I go, "Star Wars Angry Birds, Star Wars M&Ms, Star Wars Family Guy, Star Wars Robot Chicken."
We're in a good place. We're in a good place.
And if you really, really, really want to see what things are like, and you think about quote unquote dark times. Star Wars weekends.
Yeah.
They had this thing called the hoopla. The Star Wars hoopla.
I'm familiar.
On the one hand, it was fun.
It's funny in reflection.
But then on the other hand, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
It's so much better now.
Yeah.
It's so much better now.
We're in a good spot.
We went from Angry Birds to Andor. We went from M&M's to Mandalorian. We went from like hoopla to, Rey, Finn, Poe, Kylo.
Beautiful.
I mean, a beautiful thing. So anyway, just saying, that's my thought on it.
One thing that I know I'm going to buy someday.
Oh, yeah. By all means.
Burger King glasses. That's the thing that I have to do someday.
They're not expensive.
They're not. I've looked it up.
Although
I
will tell you, be careful. I ordered one.
Right.
It came shattered.
And I know, is it like you can't or you shouldn't use them because it might be lead paint, or is that not true?
I don't think that is true.
No.
I think even by the time these came out,
I still probably wouldn't use them.
I wouldn't drink them.
No, they're too nice.
No, but
I love them.
yeah, they're nice.
This is great.
I know, and this is something else. I mean, Hasbro, people have a love-hate relationship with Hasbro these days, but they've been coming out with some good things. And these dioramas are nice. But yeah, these are all Disney figures, and
that's a cool Obi-Wan back there. That animation.
Oh, that's
style,
more. Yeah,
that
this
drawing
is
style's
more of
interesting.
those animated styles.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute.
Oh, I know. Shh.
No, it's allowed.
You
it's
didn't
allowed.
see anything.
No, I allow it.
And then come back through here. I'll get you through. Let me put my. This is the Darth Tuba studio.
Yes, I recognize.
Yep. So this is where we can have our conversation a little bit later on. But yeah, don't pay no attention to the Raiders stuff.
That's also allowed, especially now. We're in a golden time for that. I know.
And although it's I have the skiff right there, the box.
Yeah.
Behind it, I believe, are the Pepsi cans.
Oh, okay, sure.
From there's just even with this, there's just not enough. And then these are, of course, the new vintage collection figures.
I really like those.
I do too.
Cool.
I like them. I just hope that they don't do them forever.
Right.
I would like very much for them to
keep making new ones.
Well, no, that's the thing. I don't want them to do them forever because, look at how much. Look, that was some of them.
Right.
Here we go. Here's more.
Oh my God.
You know?
That's a lot.
And then they go up here.
That's a lot.
And then they go up here. And they keep going. Like, thank God I have the rafters. I wouldn't have any room. I don't have enough wall space. So,
yeah.
So someday.
Oh, and the Force Link. I heard about that. I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of like Comtech chip of the current.
Yes. Comtech chip. I loved Comtech chip. I
think they're great.
They just were bizarre sounding,
Yeah. I have friends that turned them into keychains.
Oh, that's
now,
cool.
So, which is very cool.
Speaking of glasses, they did a thing where if you look closely, you see a figure inside the glass. They were doing a thing with, I think Target did a thing, and I think some of them are copies, but some of them are actual new drawings, like for the episode 1, 2, 3. I didn't get them all, but I got a good number of them. I love them.
Cool.
So. Yeah, this is just a lot of random hodgepodge, I wish, and again, pay no attention to the Batmobile down there. But
also allowed.
I love the classic Batman, yeah. Wow. So, you just do what you can do with the space you have. Some people comment and oh my God, I can't believe you have it so close to the boiler. I'm like, first of all, this is a brand new boiler. This thing is very efficient.
It's you got to do what you got to do.
I do keep a healthy distance. Right. And you'll see that there's some thinning out down below, but that's more again for flooding. Those are the titanium. Oh wait, you got to look. Those are the overflow. Oh. They may be the next thing to go though.
Okay, that's fair.
It's a lot, Yeah, these I kept a sampling of a lot of the different package toys just because the packages are cool.
I like the Clone Wars ones too. Those are cool.
Yeah, they're fun.
You got the Wilrow hood. Very
nice. My God, yeah. No, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty up to date with everything. Here's of course the skiff, or not the sail bar. Sorry.
Yes, that's beautiful.
Wow. Excuse me.
I love drink serving. R2 is another one of my favorite things.
Excuse me. I don't know if this will turn on. Ooh, maybe not. Ooh, I guess not. All right. I guess. I don't have these on yet. So, yeah. These are a lot of the vintage.
I see a Jar Jar cardboard cutout back there.
Yes.
That.
It used to guard the entrance. This room used to only be where the Star Wars stuff was.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
Wow, the Celebration 3 figure. I've been researching Celebrations, and I just was hearing about that.
Oh, this one. Oh, time one cool thing about this. Thank you, Hasbro.
I do know that it talks.
You can replace the battery
without unpacking.
That's
nice.
So
I listened to a recording on on a website of.
They used to when you'd watch the Celebration live. Mm-hmm. They would usually use part of the clip. Welcome to Star Wars Celebration with James Earl.
Very nice.
Yeah, and then over here we just kind of go into. Well, of course we have the Vader. Why get a Vader statue when you just get a Vader costume that's also a Vader statue? Beautiful. It's also less money. So.
Yeah. Hey. Wow.
Here's I tried something. I started collecting vintage action figures, but in damaged boxes, slightly.
No, okay.
Because, has a price tag on it, or it's missing the proof of purchase.
A little yellow or whatever.
Rather than paying $200-$300, you're paying $50, $60. But now even these are going for $200-$300.
Right.
So.
I have a random question.
Sure.
And if you don't know the answer, that's okay. But you know how these come with coins?
Uh-huh.
Was that a thing? And is that why the collectors at Celebration trade coins?
Okay. There was a thing. Like, here's an example of one of the... So the Star Wars figures... we had the Star Wars logo. I don't have any Star Wars logos because those things, they looked like that. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yes.
Then there was Empire, which I think I have an example. There's...
Got it.
Right?
Okay.
Then Jedi, Return of the Jedi. And then they tried to go another year, or a couple of years, with the Power of the Force. And that was this one. And their big thing to try to lure kids into it was coins, which didn't make a lot of sense. It's coins,
Yeah.
But what was cool about it was that they still had, I was still into it. And they had I think about 17 or so new figures, like Ramba. And I think do I have any other ones? There's another Ewok down here. And they came out with them, but by then the Star Wars thing was fizzling out. There weren't any movies. They did release, with the Droids cartoon and Ewoks, they did release a series of figures, and they kept the coin thing going. And then after that, Mungo
Baobab down there? No.
Which
That's
one?
the one character name I know from Droids is Mungo Baobab.
I'm trying to think which one Mungo Baobab.
I think he's the guy with the mustache.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the coins come from that.
That's where the coins came from.
I know that's still a thing at Celebration, like on the collector's track, at the collector's stage, they have coins that it's like a thing.
Well, they've done the collector's panels.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of things. They've done coins.
Okay.
They've done medallions, which are like coins, but these things are very light. But medallions are very heavy,
thicker.
And then they did, I remember the year I went, they were doing cereal. Like, they were making funny, like, instead of Count Chocula, it would be Count Dooku cereal. And people were trying to collect. And the cereal was always the same. It was like a Cheerios.
That's cute.
And not as cool. And then they did these things called Tiny Tots.
Yes,
and
I've
they were
seen
like,
that.
Because that was something that was a concept that Kenner tried to do for little kids, for preschool kids, but Lucasfilm did not approve of it, so they just left them. But now the collectors do that. So I don't think it's anything. I think the coins were in fact a throwback to these coins.
That's cool.
But I think that, and now I think that a lot of people just, there's a lot of coins. I did an advent calendar this year. I don't know if you saw that, but there was an advent calendar that actually had coins. So I just think maybe coins are easy to make.
Yeah, somebody gave me one in London as swag, and I was like, this is incredibly cool.
So these are just, again, this is like a workroom, and I
want that. I love Jimmy Smith so much.
I know. I love his contribution to the Star Wars universe.
It's amazing.
Got our vintage Star Wars toy chest.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
80s.
Whoa.
I know. There is a funny story I've told in the past on this channel, but when episode 1 came out, just what happened?
Uh-oh.
I don't know who this belongs to, but I'm going to say it's one of these guys. But when episode 1 came out, PepsiCo did this huge $4 billion.
Crazy, because that was also Taco Bell, Pizza Hut,
Yep.
KFC, yeah.
In fact, if you look back there, you can see a Pizza Hut box.
Shut up. Oh my God! You're never allowed to get rid of that. I'm vetoing it from the thinning of the collection.
Unless you want it.
I mean, like, that's so cool.
So
Yeah.
So anyway, at that time, my wife worked at AT&T, or was Lucent Technologies at the time, and they had a grill room that you go and get food for lunch, and it was sponsored by PepsiCo. So when episode 1 came in a few weeks before, you'd walk in there, and there were those big cardboard cutouts, like the Jar Jar,
right?
All these things blowing up, and they had this little. It looked a little like that, but center. I have it. I'll show you. But it's like a little R2 cooler.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
And that was sitting like on the grand, like, pile of things, and everything you could, when you bought something at the grill room, you could put a ticket in, and it was like a raffle ticket. So every time, so for like 6 weeks, Cindy would go and eat lunch there every day and put a little thing in the raffle ticket. So just trying to, to win anything. It could be.
Yes. Okay.
So when it came time to do the drawing, she said, "No, so I did." I said, "Oh man, I can't believe it." But later that night, she gets home at 6 o'clock. She comes into the house. She's like, "Well, you've got to come out. There's something wrong with the car. It's making a weird noise." I'm like, "Oh, great." So I go outside and I open up the trunk, and there's the R2 cooler with a little sign, beep, beep, boop. She wrote on it. I said, that's my greatest collectible that I'll never part with.
Oh my God, I love that.
So anyway, moving around here, it's a little tight, so just be careful.
Yes.
Just a lot of different, just a lot of everything. It's, you know what that is from? It's like
refill.
It's like silly string.
Oh yes.
And it came from like one of the blasters or something.
Probably a toy that.
Yeah, it was a toy, but I just kind of put the random stuff up there.
Is R2 one of your faves?
It is.
Yeah,
R2 is a fave. I mean, I'll show you.
Of course he is.
He's R2. He saves
the best, right?
He saves the day in every single.
Ugh, that's true. Oh gosh.
No, it's okay.
We're good.
It's just it's just.
Is that Kylo's or?
Yeah, that's Kylo's. Yeah. That's a new one. Yeah, I know. It's so hard to move around here.
No, it's fine.
And it is a kind of a hodgepodge. Like that's actually a reproduction of something. I didn't get the original because the original is like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and I didn't want to spend that on cardboard. But
fair.
So somebody made a reproduction of it. So.
And I recognize the power of the Force. I know that was a whole thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love Lobot. I have a Lobot thing too. He's one of my other favorites.
That's okay.
I love Lobot.
You do you.
He's the best.
I love Lobot.
He's great.
You ever see the deleted scenes?
I don't know if I have actually.
There's deleted scenes. Lobot had a lot more to do. Actually, you got to look on the Empire Strikes Back Blu-ray or whatever.
Well, my dream is that if they do ever do that Lando series with Donald Glover, that it would have the story from the comic where Lobot is like sacrifices his ability to speak to save. Oh my God, it's so good.
Oh man,
it's like
I
beautiful.
Hope they make that. Yeah.
It's so beautiful. Wait, tell me about. I just saw something interesting. Oh, this van.
Oh, okay. Because Star Wars was a thing in the 70s.
Yes.
Oh, let me just.
Oh, there's 2 vans.
Let me just turn this to.
Oh, that's where the ceramics are. I want to talk about that too.
All right, yeah. So there's 2 vans, and vans were a thing in the 70s.
Of
conversion
course.
vans. And these were just, because when the Star Wars first came out, you remember the whole story, or if you didn't know, like nobody wanted to license the toys.
Right. It took
So Kenner agreed to do it, but it took them 18 months to get
yes,
everything.
And that's why they had like the mail away.
So,
and
right. But they could put out other things, like take a toy like a conversion van that has a little wheel on the bottom. I don't have the pull string, but you pull on it and it can go.
Just put Star Wars on it.
Put
there
Star Wars
you go.
on it. Little art puzzles. Let's see that puzzles. Like there was a Aces flying game that they just put some X-wings on it instead.
Right. Yes.
Those are worth. These were pretty common, but those things are worth like crazy amounts.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So these are the ceramics.
Oh my gosh. So where did these?
You know where
come from?
They came out in '83.
Yes.
And they came out by a company, Sigma Ceramics.
Sigma. Okay.
Right? And I found them in Spencer Gifts. Okay. And I just would go into the Spencer. I think at Quaker Bridge Mall. I would go there every couple of weeks and pick up a few things.
It feels like it would have been like one of the QVC things,
I know, but they had boxes and boxes of. I wonder if my cousin who owns a Hallmark store, they may have had some of these.
Oh, that
too.
would have made sense. Yeah.
But I also think I picked up a few at an antique store a little bit later.
Are these?
They're Sigma too. Yeah, the little figurines. They all look like I think they were trying to capture the Hummel market,
Yes.
the precious moments.
Oh, sure.
So they're a bit of a head scratcher, but
They're so funny. The one that C-3PO plate is like the funniest
you're talking
thing.
about the C-3PO,
the tape dispenser.
There it is.
Oh my god! And then also
how that got past product control, I don't know.
I also saw in Anaheim in Celebration, I saw a picture frame where I think it's like when he's in pieces and it says help.
Oh, there it is.
You have it? I see it, yes.
Yeah. I've got
Okay,
almost...
good.
The only things I think in this entire collection I don't have there was an R5-D4 and R2-D2 salt and pepper shaker.
Oh.
I have the 2 Yoda ones, which I got later on in life, and they were expensive. But now those are just out of my range. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
And this is probably something that will eventually go thin. This will be some. This is on the line for thinning. I mean, the mugs are great, but how many mugs does one need?
True. Some of those though,
they're cute.
Are keepers. Yeah,
the Tauntaun teapot. Just to say you have a Tauntaun teapot.
God, that's genius.
And everything
so
else.
Cool.
So
wow, I love that.
And this was something new. I don't know if you saw the episode, but this is something a guy designed, like a new playset, and he designed it like a crowdsourcing thing.
Okay,
so
that's cool.
And it was fun, So he's doing other ones.
That looks great.
It's a great way to display the figures. So.
1138, love that.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. And then this is a palette. Well, they call this Palitoy, which is the name of the group, but Palitoy was the kind of the UK version of Kenner, and they did this Death Star, which I can't touch because the thing's gonna like completely crash down.
Yeah.
It's just made of cardboard, but it's good. So
that is really cool.
So there we go.
Wow.
All right.
Love the Zam.
Oh yeah, those are and again some of the old 12-inch figures I've kept if I don't have them in any other form. Like if I don't have them in Sideshow or Hot Toys, I hold on to them.
Wow.
So.
Wow. Ugh, that's great.
Yes, the Luke in
In
the Bacta
Bacta.
tank. I know, it's, again, like I said, I want to organize this a little bit, but it's really hard to organize. Like,
it's tricky, especially with the...
here's lunch boxes.
Oh my god, I love. They had one, I remember that. That was at Chicago, right? Yep, I remember that. And then they had one for Return of the Jedi's anniversary at Target.
Oh, right.
Like just recently. And I went and I saw it and I was like, I can't not buy this. Like what? I can't walk away. So I bought it. And it's very cute. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But
I know. Well, that's the thing. I mean, that's everything, right?
There's some stuff where it's just like, this is beyond me. I have no choice in the matter now.
Yeah, you kind of get caught up in it, right? And, like all these figures up top. I mean, some of these I'm thinking of parting with because they're, like, if there's a Star Wars, like, Luke Skywalker X-Wing, this is from, like, this was from early on, before they started the vintage collection. Well, then you go to the vintage collection and you can find it, and they have it again. So like, well, I don't need. So I kind of feel like the vintage collection is my go-to. That's like, if it's in vintage, meaning the VC with the old racing stripe.
Yes.
If it's like that and they have it and I have that figure, I mean, unless there's some really, really, really weird variant on it,
right?
I don't need,
Is this Micro Machines?
Yes. Well, not Micro Machines.
Oh.
The Micro Collection.
Micro Collection.
82,
okay.
Yeah. I love this.
82. Okay. And then Micro Machines was later.
I like the size. The 1-inch figures are.
They're really cute.
The Micro Machines are just so tiny that
they're so small.
It's like they're so easy to lose.
They have they started doing blind boxes for them, which they also have at Target usually.
Oh jeez.
And I've gotten them a couple times. I have like the little Maul on his speeder, but it's like so small.
I know.
A little ET. Love that.
Oh well, ET is part of the Star Wars universe.
Right? I know this.
There we go. ET is okay. Of course, there's also a Star Trek. A student gave me that.
Oh.
It's like an entrance when you walk past. It makes the door sound. So. And then I think that's pretty much it. We got some miniatures up here that I paint. This was when I had no life in college, so I painted them.
Wow.
And then some Pez.
You gotta have Pez.
Gotta have your Pez. Yeah. So.
That's great.
There you go. All right. Let's. Okay, so that is the tour.
Wow.
I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you inspired you and didn't freak you out.
No, I'm still seeing things. I'm like, the itty bitties.
I know. There's a lot. There's a lot.
It.
I mean, I didn't even. And this isn't even everything. There's things, but it is. How long has Star Wars been around?
46?
Yeah, so it's 46 years of collecting because it came out right from the beginning. So
Wow. Amazing.
I will say that I've drawn the line at Funko Pops. That's it. I'm done.
That's a slippery slope for sure.
Oh my God. And then you go to like any kind of Comic-Con.
Oh my God.
And every dealer is a Funko
And then
Pop.
they started making the big ones, and it's like, oh, I saw Luke on the sail barge or the skiff or whatever,
Yep.
and I was like, oh my God. But
No,
you got to
it's
stop
crazy.
yourself.
No, you do. You do. Make sure you get your bills paid.
Exactly.
So anyway.
Wow.
All right, so that will do it for this episode, this walkthrough episode of Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing Show. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, do all the other stuff. And check out everything from, if you could just go to
Instagram, Into a Larger World Project.
Yes, and you can find out all the stuff about Kara's projects and what she's doing. And check and subscribe to her zine. Her zine is awesome.
Thank you.
So, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, may the Force and the toys be with you.